All right, so this is Mr. Lair from Apollo High School. We're going to talk about the code for pneumatics. What we need to do, first of all, to get our code set up is you'd have to go to your motors and sensors. And we just named ours solenoid 1 and solenoid 2. But the sensor type that you're going to have to choose out of this drop down is the digital out. And the reason for the out is because we want our cortex to talk to the solenoid in order to tell it how to move our actuator, whether out or in. And in our particular setup, we actually have two actuators with two solenoids. So that's why we have two. We kind of added one on afterwards. And we're going to use a bump switch in order to switch the state of each actuator. So let's go ahead and once we get past those pragma lines, take a look at the main. And we're going to go ahead and put in a global variable of the type integer so that we can track what state our actuators are in. And in the main, the first thing we're going to do is start that off as 0. And then we're going to have our if statement so that if I push the bump switch, then we're going to check to see which state we're in. And based on whichever state we're in, switch it. So if we're in state 0, that means that we're going to tell each of the solenoids a value of 1, which will either tell them to retract or push out the actuator based on how the hoses are connected. And then we're going to change the value of our variable that was 0 to now be 1. And of course, all of you that have worked with Robot C know that if you don't have some sort of weight after you try to change the value of a variable, that you can have kind of back and forth action go on when you're not expecting it. So we put a 1 second wait in here. It's probably a little excessive, but we were just testing it out. Now, if the state is not in 0, we're going to come down here to the else situation, which means that it's already a state of 1. And we're going to change the solenoids to be the opposite value, which is now 0, which of course will again do the opposite of whatever it was, either put it out or put it in. Just depends on the hoses and how they're connected. And then we're going to change the value of our state variable to go back to 0, and again with the weight. All of this is being put inside of a while true loop so that this code continually runs. And that's it.